you're wondering if Mauritius and the island lifestyle is still feasible, I have to say, I think it's an excellent question. It's a great question, and I'm here to update you. My name is Tiffany. I've been living in Mauritius for going on 3 years without visiting first. I know that sounds absolutely insane, but if you are curious, well, let me just cure that curiosity for you because it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Fabulous. I like to get my videos done early so that I can relax with my children and do whatever I want later on in the day. Take a nap because that's typically what I do. I'm also 37 weeks pregnant this week. I made it to the 9-month mark like I always do. All praises to the Most High for that because your girl was almost about to have the baby early, but it didn't happen because the Most High is just good. But I also want to show you some of my views, and y'all know I'm out of breath because my lungs don't have much space left at this rate. But can you hear that? I hope you can. If you can't, I'm so sorry because it's the pool. It's like in a little oasis that we have at our house, and I will show you on video real quick the way I was showing some of the views, but it's so dreamy. It's like the best thing in the world. I love waking up and hearing this noise. My husband and I were talking earlier, and we were like, hey, are we gonna go in the pool today? Probably so. It's a Sunday, it's a good day to do it. It actually looks fantastic right now, but it might be a little bit chilly, so let's see. It's so dreamy, isn't it? This is the lifestyle that you get to live in Mauritius, and it does not cost $1 million or $2 million the way that it does in America. Well, first of all, I'm from Ohio, so you wouldn't be living like this anyway in Ohio just because it is Ohio. Maybe like a Tampa, Florida. Shout out to Tampa, Florida. But this is the lifestyle. This is my Sunday morning. I already had my morning coffee as well. Now, something else that I also love to do, I love to just sit in front of my French doors right here on my very spacious balcony. I cannot wait until our new baby comes and she's just on this balcony with me, rolling around, sitting around, doing whatever she's gonna be doing, crying around, breastfeeding around, because this balcony is so spacious and it's just the most beautiful thing. Now, we've been super blessed in our entire journey throughout Africa, especially East Africa, to have like amazing views, amazing balconies, like amazing houses that are affordable compared to America. Now, if you talk to expats that are from South Africa, be aware they may be like, oh, it's a little bit expensive. But y'all, if you are from America, like 90% of our audience is, or Canada, then you're going to live on a much better salary out here. You're going to live your best life. Even with the prices increasing, it's not as painful as it is for your pockets the way it is in America. And just recently, I've been seeing so much about the AIs taking jobs and about how people don't want to get into AI and how they're not going to have any jobs left. And I really just feel sad for Americans who don't get it. And when I say don't get it, I mean like, I'm going to put it very black and white. It's like you're either going to master AI or AI is going to master you. You're either going to understand how to control it and be a consultant for global tech companies the way that I am, or AI is going to master you and replace you. And it's not really the AI that's going to replace you, but a human that understands it on a deeper level, which in my mind is just another reason to relocate somewhere like a Mauritius, somewhere like a Botswana, somewhere like a Kenya that has a lower cost of living relative to America and Canada, because these countries are going to go through such an economic turmoil that it's not even funny. It doesn't even make sense. Like, people are already well prepared and they are already leaving in droves, okay? And it's simpler than you think, especially if you choose some of the countries I just mentioned, even Rwanda. There are countries that you can choose that it's not really hard to move abroad. I don't know where this thing is where it's like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. I need $1 million. I need $500,000. I'd never leave without $100,000. You don't need any of that. And there are expats all over this region that prove that to you, because a lot of expats who come in this area are from South Africa, from Europe, from economies that are not as strong as America, which means they typically are going to make less money than the average American, because the average American has to deal with the higher prices, okay? And so it really is not difficult at all. You just just have to decide to do it and stick to it. As you can probably tell, things in Mauritius have been quite simple, quite peaceful. Not a lot of drama, not a lot of anything going on here. It's just very quiet. I imagine Seychelles to be the same way. I imagine an island nearby called La Réunion to be the same way. It's just really chill. Right now in like the Africa expat everything community, you're seeing a lot of issues in Zanzibar right now. Rest in peace to Ashley Janae, which is just so sad, but that shows you what these super corrupt countries can open up. It just almost, it becomes a magnet for even more corruption and even more strange people to come in. So I think that's really sad. But here on the Mauritian side, there's not much happening. I mean, you go to the beach or you take a walk. My neighborhood happens to be extremely beautiful. I don't know if I'll be taking a walk today because I have to hike up this little hill that's outside of my house, and I don't know if I feel like doing that. But it's just like really chill here. Our gas prices have gone up like 7 rupees, and so it's manageable. But yeah, it's just the gas went up 7 rupees. Some food has gone up, like rotis. Rotis used to be, I think my husband said 15 rupees, which is like cents to the dollar, but now they're 30 rupees, which is nearly $1. And so you do have that. But aside from that, just like some of the things that global inflation are going to cause anyway, the way to buffer that is obviously to be investing. 40-50% of what you make needs to be invested straight up. It's another reason to move to somewhere like Mauritius where it's just calm. Now it is harder to do that if you are somewhere like a Tanzania, a Kenya, a South Africa, where you have to do these visa runs and you have to renew every 1 to 2 years, and you have to worry about, oh, they want me to fly out. Mauritius is actually different. They have 10-year permits for retirees and self-employed entrepreneurs and investors and occupational permit holders. I think they're like 3 to 5 years. So it's very much a longevity based model, okay? It's like they want you to stay and to contribute to the economy, to spend money, to do whatever you're doing. And that's just, it is what it is, because the country relies on that tourism, which is an advantage for you because they'll tend to treat you well since they rely on that great customer service and that great tourism and those great reviews. They actually take those things into consideration. But I also want to talk about how being in Mauritius, oh, you can see my little ball. Y'all see my yoga ball in my room? But anyway, I also want to talk about how in Mauritius, my pregnancy has been so different than any other pregnancy I've had. And it's really because this being a concierge service type of country where luxury exists, where people are at the hotels, where people are always like, there's taxis everywhere. There's somebody always available to be basically at your service to assist you with something, to be hired for some kind of job, to be hired to do X, Y, and Z, whether it's a gardener, a doula, somebody that started their new business, an expat, whoever. So I have been going to this Mauritian massage therapist for, I guess it's been longer than 9 months, because I was going to her before I was pregnant. It might be over a year now I've been going to her. And so I go pretty regularly every couple months or so on, and it's just been so fantastic to get a massage when I'm pregnant. That's something I never did in America. I never did it when I lived in East Africa. I don't know, just Mauritius opens up this, I don't even know how to explain it, this level of peace and relaxation that you're just more available mentally, physically, emotionally for different things, and more open to people being of service to you. You're more open to, hey, if I need help with something, then I'm going to call whoever can come help me. Like, we have somebody that's already on the roster for postpartum meals, somebody, a local in the community that's like, hey, my mom does catering and she can cook all of your meals for you when the baby comes. Just let me know and we will have that ready for you. Now, for me, that's community. That's a network for me. Like, for me, networking isn't like, or community isn't like, oh, let's just go out to restaurants and spend lots of money and take pics. Like, that's not, I don't care about that. For me, it's all about my family and getting things situated for my family. And so for me, a relationship where it's like, hey, I'll come assist you with your family, I'll come assist you with your children, that is gold to me. That's what I like. That's why I appreciate, both me and my husband appreciate that. So that has been pretty awesome as well. Since I am pregnant, we have really just been staying home, going to the store, sometimes walk to the beach, whatever. But I'm 9 months, I'm not walking to nobody's beach, okay? I can barely breathe at this rate. But usually we would go like to the zoo, to the botanical garden too, which I love the botanical garden. I have to go back. I haven't been in 2 years. That's crazy. To like different beaches in the east. Belmar, that's a nice, beautiful beach out there. Islay Aux Surfs. There's so much to do out here. We have not hiked Slaymorn Mountain yet. Don't know when we would be doing that. That's a very steep mountain. I'll probably be at the bottom of the mountain feeding the baby, okay? But there's so much to do out here, which is something I also love about Mauritius. And when I say something to do, I'm not talking about clubbing and drinking, and that's not what I mean. If that's what you're looking for, I'm sure you can find it somewhere else. That's not really my thing. Our thing is like nature reserves, family activities, seeing children playing, taking our children to parks that are free, which is fantastic, because even some areas in East Africa, you have to pay to go to the parks. So out here, the parks are actually free, and they're very, very nice. Like, they almost look like gymnasium parks at this specific place, a specific mall called La Croisette. Our children love to go there and do like acrobatics with the other children, because the way that they redid the park, it looks like they were kind of going for like a gymnastics outdoor park field, and they have like 6 park stations at the park. So it's very extravagant, and they don't have to pay to get in, because you're at the mall, so you're already going to be spending money anyway, okay? And so that's really great. Even when we were down in the south, when we first arrived, people were so friendly. Our 2-year-old was a baby then, and so we were going to some restaurant that was new, because we were just brand new, and the waitress like wanted to hold her the same way they do like in East Africa. She was like, oh, let me hold her, and we were used to it by then, so I was like, yeah, go ahead, hold her. And so it's just like a very family oriented, friendly, transparent, safe type of country. And if that's something that you're yearning for, something that you enjoy, then you'll love it here. Even being in the maternity ward a couple of weeks ago was a really good experience, because I've seen so many viral videos of Black women in America. I know a lot of you guys saw it too. The sister that was in a wheelchair, and she was in labor, and like the nurse was on the computer, not even facing her, and didn't even like help her, and she pushed the baby out alone and all this stupid stuff. That video triggered my entire life. But out here, it's the exact opposite, because again, I was telling you, it's like a concierge service-based industry. And I think that's almost like embedded into the culture as well, just to be helpful. It may also be the beliefs of the people believing Hinduism. I think that may be part of it as well. But the doctors, the nurses, like if I say my contractions are too close, they're like, girl, you can go to the hospital, we will admit you. My doctor's like, send her to this hospital, I think you can be admitted, let's just be on the safe side. Like, you're really heard here in like the healthcare system, which is really great. If you're someone that's pregnant, we know somebody in the expat community who had a hip surgery recently out here, like the medical system, they will just listen to you at the snap of a finger. Like in America, if you guys haven't been to America and you're watching this, and I know Europe's not necessarily like this, but America is 100% like this. It's like you will be fighting with the doctor just to get them to see you. Like, it's literally a crazy thing. It's like the most outrageous thing. And it's people across the board, Black people, white people, everybody. Especially if you have some type of issue that's rare, they won't believe you. Or if you're a woman, they definitely won't believe you. Like, oh, she's just complaining. It's just the culture of America. So my doctor, of course, ran all the tests. They're like, oh, everything's fine. I think it's just, you've had so many children, so your body's just getting ready early. So it's going to be a quick delivery. So you're fine. I was like, okay, well, if everything's fine and I'm not in active labor, then I can just go home. And they're like, yeah, just sign this paper, whatever. We'd love to monitor you longer, but if you want to go home, just go ahead. So that was what it was like. And it was a really great experience, great food. I showed you all that in the last video. I was shocked that food was so good, because that food was great, okay? And so I already know kind of what to expect when I do go into labor, because I am going to have my epidural out here. And if you remember, maybe I would be telling you the price of that epidural so that you would know if you want to know. But I mean, a lot of expats who have come out here, actually a lot of African expats, people we know from Congo, from, what country is that? I can't remember the other country. One of them was from Congo, and Kenya, sorry. Expats we know from Kenya who have gone out here, they have had their children in the hospitals just fine, and it's just like not a super eventful, weird type of thing. The medical system just functions here, again, thanks to that concierge culture. If you're Mauritian, tell me, is this more of a cultural thing? Or is this more of like a economy thing where it's like, oh, we have to provide concierge service? Or is it just like more so this is just how we are as a people? I would love to know. Leave that comment, that response down below in the description. If you're an expat that wants to come to Mauritius, then you should know like the best areas to live in. When I say best, I'm specifically looking for walkability, beach access, and weather. My personal favorite type of weather, you could probably tell by now, is being in the sun. Okay, I love sunlight. The mountains are gorgeous in Mocha and Port Louis and Vacoas, Phoenix, all those places. The mountains are great, but it tends to be really rainy up there because they're mountains. You're at a higher elevation. It's a little bit chillier up there. I do like the beach access. Okay, I like the beach vibes. I love the sunlight. That's the type of person I am. And so some of those best locations, like where you would want to start looking for houses, on propertycloud.mu, lexpress.com. Those are like the two top sites. Those are like the main ones. If you're on another website, I can't help you with that. You gotta just listen and do those two websites, okay? I think even, what is that name? Pam Golding Mauritius is like a South African company that has a branch in Mauritius, is decent, but like your top two is going to be Property Cloud, Lexpress. Change your filters to your budget, do those things. But Pierre Bay, okay, the north area in general, Pierre Bay, another nice location. See, I'm not a fan, let me put it like this. The south is great to arrive in. Myburg, New Grove, all those areas, it's great to arrive in, but what I've found is that even with Wi-Fi, like MyT, MTEL, if you get a router, it works better in the north. In the south, we were able to watch Netflix, but we're also entrepreneurs and we have pretty hefty tech stacks. Like we pay for a lot of AI tools. Our clients have different clunky, super clunky tools because we have an email marketing agency, and so it requires a lot of software. And so that stuff wouldn't load as much. Even then, I would go to the mall and leave the house to see like if I could get Wi-Fi at a cafe. And all the cafes down south, they didn't have good Wi-Fi. In the area I was in, I was near New Grove. So I was like, okay, we got to go to a different location. This isn't going to be working out for too much longer. So we got to the north. And even with our router, we hooked up a new router last week and it's working fantastically. So the north just has better service for whatever reason. Maybe somebody can leave a comment down below and let me know why that is. But I've found that the north has better service. I'm not sure about Tamarin in the west. I have not spent a lot of time down there, except for going to the zoo, going to that nice Japanese cafe that has the matcha at Cascavelle. I've been down there. I've not spent lots of time in Flick and Flack, but Flick and Flack would be number 2 because a lot of expats like that area. That's a place that a lot of people go. Pierre Bay, Flick and Flack, those are also nice areas. And then, let's see, third, I'd probably say Mocha. I would say Mocha. Because Mocha, especially if you're someone that doesn't want a lot of hot weather, Mocha is a good alternative. It's very beautiful. The Abine Cyber City is not too far from that area, especially if you're an entrepreneur, an investor, or someone who has to keep going down for your retirement 10-year permit and you got to get that situated. Then it would be advantageous for you to be in Mocha because it is closer to Port Louis. It's closer to all of those offices. So you wouldn't be doing long travels because we do pretty long travels if you have to go down there. But we don't have to go that often, so it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, if you're someone who wants to be like in the hustle and bustle of life in Mauritius by the Caudan waterfront, you may want to be near Mocha, Port Louis. is awesome, but I think you would like Mocha better. It's more of like a suburban feel and like island suburbs with mountain life type of deal. So that is my update for life in Mauritius. Now, if you want to relocate to Mauritius, then you need to go to the EDB Mauritius. So that about wraps up this video. Mauritius is just very chill, relaxing, family oriented, marriage life oriented. So there's not like a lot that goes on. There's not really much of anything that goes on aside from like they do have like children's activities and things of that nature. Nice universities for college. That's good. That's something that also keeps us here, because when we had first arrived, we actually did not intend on like staying. We were like, okay, well, let's just spend like a year here, see how it is, take a vacation type of thing, sabbatical type of thing. But we just really fell in love with the country. Like it's just the type of country, they make it so easy to stay that it just doesn't make sense to leave. They make it so easy to have stability. You know, when you have that level of stability, your business increases. In our case, our family increased. So just everything just started to increase. So it's like, well, why am I going to leave if everything is fantastic here? So yeah, that's it for this video. But you could probably see why Mauritius is so chill. It just is what it is, okay? I imagine Seychelles could be similar. I imagine other, you know, low corruption, okay? Because every country's corrupt, but it's like there's levels to corruption where it could affect you or it could not affect you. As an expat, as an entrepreneur, whatever, systems work. They have the best finance systems besides Seychelles in Africa. Number one for business in Africa. I mean, there's just not a better place to be, quite honestly, especially at the end times. Neutral, no military presence, which means you just kind of get forgotten about. You're not a target. It's just like you're just chilling, drinking coconut water, sugar cane, hibiscus tea, or whatever you'd like to drink in your garden, whatever, by the poolside. So that is it for this video. I will see you next time. I need to go decide if I'm gonna get in the pool or not, because it sounds great and it's kind of hot right now. And if I had the energy, I would have brought you up to the balcony, but I don't have the energy today, okay? Like, we have a second balcony that's all the way up on the roof with the water tanks and the solar and everything, but I'm out of breath. So that's gonna have to wait until another video. Shalom, shalom. See you next time.